Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you happen to be. This is Chicago by Night. And this evening we have John Midnight Raven, um, famous anarch, rolling into Chicago. Um, he has only been here but a little while, but is already, you know, spreading his wings, as it were, trying to contact people that he's supposed to. And having already been mysteriously contacted by the Archon. So, after hearing her side of things, he thought it was only proper to find the Baron, who he's found out is running a very large company and having not much time for just any person. Has decided to walk himself up into um, one of the Baron's favorite eateries so as to catch his attention.
So you come into this place. It's an Italian restaurant. You look around a little bit, and after a while, a man comes up. He looks a little worn and torn. He stands about well 190 centimeters tall or something like that. Not huge by any means, but larger. Um, and he says, "You, John."
Yes, my name is John Midnight Raven.
All right, just a moment. And he walks away and off to a closed room. And after like 2 minutes, he comes out. Yeah, Sam's over there through that door. You can go in now.
After being told that, he, moves his glasses, puts them in a sleeve, and then makes his way through the door.
When you come in, you see like Sam sitting, and he has his fangs in this girl by just her arm, and she looks terrified and like horrified, and she wants to scream but she can't. And he draws his fangs out and looks her in the eyes for a quick second and says to her like softly, "This happened. Yeah, we just had a little talk. You kissed me and I kissed you back. Nothing happened. It's something to tell your friends about." And she nods a little bit as he just licks her wound, and she goes out past you. She looks at you, wondering who you are, maybe for a moment, but yeah. So you see this man, mid 30s, late 40s, early 40s, maybe late 30s even. Uh, Mustache, comb back hair. He has some fashion sense, but it seems like it's a little old. But there's some hints of modern in it as well. And he looks at you a little bit. He looks you up and down, and he just points to a chair in front of him.
He swings the chair around so that the back is now facing you. A clear, um, almost shield-like thing, in a very old style of sitting, and sits down in the chair that way. I'm not
Mm.
sure what you said. Evening, Baron.
He looks at you a little bit and looks you up and down and smirks. That's not Baron to you. That's Sam. Everyone calls me Sam here, and he extends a hand to you.
He readily takes it. Um, so, little birdies flying everywhere and talking. Lots of raves going on, lots of rants.
Mm, that's nice to
So,
hear.
I thought it only fitting that I come and talk to you and see what your side of everything is before I find the one known as Dave and find out what happened in his eyes.
Well, people talk about Dave a lot. I like Dave. Dave's a nice person, and well, if there's ever a problem, he is he's the reeve
Oh,
of
really?
of the Anarchs. But I heard about you. Long tales, nothing concrete, but I think you'll fit right in. So you heard about the war, and you're going to come here to join the war effort, are you? Or am I wrong?
War, peace, red stars. As he says red star, and like as he says it, he looks you directly in the eye, trying to gauge what you are thinking when he says that.
Mm, I mean, what's your perception, empathy? I would guess.
Um, you had to say empathy, didn't you? Um, 5 dice.
Cool. Let's roll it for you.
Specialty in sharp eyes or paranoid, whichever one you think is appropriate. If you think either of those is appropriate.
Sharp eyes? No, maybe not. Uh, I'm just gonna set this at like 6 or something like that, 7 maybe. So 2 successes.
Okay.
Um, when you look at him, you can see his breathing, and you see that like he would call you would he would have that which people call the blush of health. He looks rather normal in all regards, although he's very stiff and rigid, even if there's some of that slight human movement to him. Um, However, when you see red stars, his eyes squint a bit at you, but nothing else than that. Um, and he keeps looking you in the eyes, and there's like a few seconds of silence before he grins and laughs a bit. So you heard about that as well.
Tales from occult books. Tales from when I was mortal amongst my people. Rumors flying every which way. And then I hear that elders are dropping like flies in Chicago.
Oh, dreadful. That is something that's happened. I mean, isn't it a sight to fucking behold when the elders just go and fucking die so the new generation can take a hold?
That's one way of putting it, yes. It also could be more of those occult things coming to pass, whether it be true or not. That's the question that runs through my mind.
John, may I call you John?
John, Raven, either way, either or.
So, John, I don't really care too much about the occult. When I was younger, about, well, 100 years ago, when I was still a neonate, I would read from time to time. But no, not anymore. Not anymore. And that red star in the sky. I don't know what it symbolizes. And some people talk about ancients rising and whatnot. Higher ups say there's an antediluvian walking among us. I don't know. I don't want to know. Unless it's out there and keep, well, comes to kill any of ours. I'm not too interested. But the elders disappearing, something I have looked into. Nothing much can be said, but we're looking into it.
Well then, I plan on making up my little shop in town. As he hands you like a business card, which already has an entire shop listed for motorcycles, motorcycle repair, buying and selling of old parts as well as old motorcycles. As if he came here thinking that he was going to be welcomed.
He looks at it. Which part of town is it in?
Hold on. I got it with. Hold on. Jake said it 1 second while I look it back up. So I gotta figure out if it was under which Jake. Um, let's see. It's just north of Lincoln Park.
Hmm. Okay.
I seem to have claimed that bit of city for us, as no one else was sitting there.
If you're thinking about Lakeview and Uptown, those places are now in the hands of the bastard Ivory Tower. But however, if you want to set shop up there, I don't mind. And I am not here to say you cannot and cannot do anything or set up shop wherever you so wish to. So you are free to do however you want, as long as you talk to me before you do something stupid. At least I have a eye to the street here, to the movement, and although I don't govern, I do listen to the people, and I am the voice of the movement in the city, the free city of Chicago.
Well then, I will make no ruckus till it till it's called for. After all, the last time I did in a Camarilla, or some would say Camarilla held city, though we know differently, there was a blood hunt called on me.
Hmm.
Killed a few too many people that they apparently liked.
So, what else is it to say? For the time being, there is, for now, a non-aggression pact with the Sabbat, and we have no ill will with the Camarilla either. Although they have tried to, let's say, hurt members of the movement.
You know, blood calls for blood.
Some would fucking say that. Some would fucking say that. But I got too nice recently and got talked down to a by a Tremere.
You see like his eyes just like shift from this calm, laid back Bruja to something like the I'm going to rip someone's head off Bruja. Fucking warlocks.
Yeah, I hate them as well. Ah, besides that, I heard we have some Giovanni within the town as well.
Undead buggering bastards.
Yeah, and of course we have the great big Archon within the city, going around causing merry fucking hell wherever she goes. She's
Speaking
like
of
a
the Archon, I've met her.
oh, really?
Yeah. She said that basically the traditions weren't followed. She should have beaten the shit out of her own person for bringing Dave, because
Dave.
Dave is a fledgling, as far
Dave
as they
is
know.
Dave is no fledgling. Yes, sure, he is new, but he's a member of the movement, and their rules don't apply to him. I take care of him right now, and Dave can take care of himself.
That's good to hear. But still, by their rules, she should have beaten the one that brought him, or because he would be the one that gets in trouble should Dave step out of line or have done
Yeah,
anything.
that is true. That is true. And let's just say that the Tremere that brought him saved his own skin, and maybe a lot of Camarilla skin as well. I mean, it says somewhere within the Convention of Thorns that if the Anarchs are further warred upon, we may strike back and we may ignore any rules that the Camarilla might place against that, excluded that of the Masquerade. And I don't know, but just fucking humor me here, John. It's trying to stake one of our members, us being further warred upon.
You could see like slowly like claws growing out of like his fingers, and he's just like scratching his own skin. Oh, oh, Sam, that's I don't call that war. I call that a one-sided battle. As we roll over them in sheer numbers.
Yeah, but for now at least, nothing comes of it. But one little thing goes wrong with the Camarilla, and I'll just call that casus belli against them, and I will say to every motherfucking lick within this city, go ahead, fucking embrace, make some warriors, torch some fucking Camarilla havens, make merry hell. Shit, I'll even join up with the Sabbat to take them down.
I I have no real arguments against the Sabbat. They are merely crazy, whereas the Camarilla merely wants to bloodbound you and control you. I'll
Yeah.
stick with crazy, because at least I understand their version of crazy.
So, let's get down to the points. Who you need to know and why. Right now, we have a warlord. His name is Gunnari Janko. He's a Ravnas. The Ravnas within the city has a great understanding for our cause, and many of them are sympathizers with our cause as well. Some even have joined the movement. Besides that, there's of course Dave. Dave is an up and coming, well, young caitiff. He shows promise, and that's why I grounded him the title of Reeve. And hmm, what's your reputation, John? The coming nights might be turbulent. Would you care to take up the mantle as Reeve as well? Just keep the rebel in check while we make merry hell.
I can do that. I can also teach the Dave a few things about the Anarchs. They so that he doesn't misstep. Wouldn't want to go to a bash and
No,
do the wrong thing after all.
no, of course not. Besides that, there's a few members of the Sabbath that are of importance. There is a man, blue blood, named Lawrence. He's a ductus of sorts, I don't know. I think at least. And he is not to be touched. He's a good friend of mine. Let's say good friend, because I don't really know what else to tell you. At least an acquaintance of good standing. He's the one who bartered the deal with the non-aggression pact and with the Sabbat. You are free to move through any Sabbat territories, and they are to move through ours. That is okay. If you see any one of them make merry fucking hell on any of our territories, you may deal with them as you want to. Try not to kill them. Besides that, I don't know. Any questions?
Well, when's the next bash gonna be? Or rant or rave or whatever you want to call it.
No. I've been thinking and I've been thinking. And I'm gonna finance something pretty soon. Maybe in 2 weeks. I'll let you know.
Alright. Also, is there any type of how do I put this? Do you have your hands deep into the underground world? Illegal things? And if so, where do I need to not touch?
I would say, as I heard, I think the Giovanni are trying to get upper hand of some sorts. Uh, if you want to talk to someone friendly and not, well, someone who fucks their sister and cousin, I would say go and talk to the Sphinx. He's of Clan Ravnos. He's a good man. A little tricky, but a good man. He's been here for a long time. And I personally don't have anything to do with the underground movements of sorts. I try to keep my mittens clean of illegal activities that are not white collar.
Well, then, you won't mind if human trafficking, meth, and other things start going on, as long as it isn't too open.
I would be wary. There is a hmm, uh, big thing going around, a lot of feds, a lot of police, drug enforcement agency, DAA, Homeland Security, you fucking name it, in the city right now after a big shooting related to a lot of drugs. Incidentally, at the old Elysium.
You know, the underground has years, but so do the Anarchs. And the information network. Is it true that the Succubus Club is no more?
Nah. Oh, after an attack. No, the Succubus Club is no more.
Oh, well, that's a whole lot of elders really pissed. A whole
Hmm.
lot of people that think they have everything, that have control, that are now without their hoity-toity club. That warms my little black heart.
Hmm. Great. Now, unless there was anything else, and I'm a very busy man right now, at least, going through a lot of transactions, making things move in the city right now. Unless there was something else, I'm so sorry, Jan, but I want to finish my meal.
Oh, no problem. I'll get out your hair. After all, I've got to deal with the fact that there is homeland security in a town that I don't want there to be homeland security in.
Yeah. And of, and John, by the way, before you go, first of all, you need to get my number. You need to get a hold of my number from my ghoul out there, Frank. And besides that, if anyone fucks with you from the Camarilla, let me know. Right?
I'll bring you their ashes. That's about all I can promise.
As good as it can get. Take care of yourself. And if anything comes up, call me.
All right.
Right.
Pulls his glasses out, puts them back on, and if you need, let's say, some meth to put on some people for your white collar crimes to make sure that they go away to prison for a while, I can make that happen. I can also make them dying in prison happen too, so that you can buy up their property.
Great. Oh no. Have a great night, John.
You
And
too.
welcome to fucking Chicago, yeah?
Oh, it's good to be home. That's what it is. It's good to be home.
And as you walk out, you see, just as you're about to take the handle, the ghoul opens the door for you and you're let out. And on your way out, you're handed a business card. It's a blank card, just a number on it. And the ghoul nods to you and says, if there's anything else you need for the night.
You wouldn't happen to have a tire iron, would you?
He goes to the back of he goes to the back of the restaurant and brings out a tire iron.
Thanks. And he walks outside, and the ghoul can see, like, one of the bikers, like, is being held. So, you didn't tell me that there was fucking DEA and other people here, and you thought to bring 100 pounds of meth and just, like, beats him with a tire iron.
At which point the ghoul picks up a phone and calls a number and says, "There's a beating outside. Give him a few minutes." And after a while, maybe 15, 20 minutes, the cops arrives. John is already gone. And at that point, Sam has also finished his meal. Thank you for listening to this scene tonight. Good night.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, kill your elders.